Yeah, so and just in terms of the meeting, it was definitely a very difficult meeting to moderate because it was an issue that so many people were so passionate about, and I'll just say there were a lot of different personalities involved, and so letting everybody have a chance to speak, I thought it was important for me and David Foster to elaborate on some of the concerns that we had and try to do that in the most diplomatic way that I could. Um, as you know, painting the street really wasn't my first preference for how to get the message out, but I do think it's imperative that the council does make a visible statement to the minority community, the African American community in particular, that we're listening and we really want to work to help make things as equitable and as we possibly can. So by the end of the meeting, I will say the folks in support of the mural did a really fantastic job of showing up and speaking out in some cases very eloquently about why this was so important to do it and to do it on High Street. And ultimately, in my view, it was kind of the way democracy is supposed to work. You know, they showed up, they made a very passionate case, and at the end of the day, I felt like it was more important to make the statement in the way that they had submitted it than to continue to try to dot the I's and cross the T's maybe on other logistical details that I wasn't super happy or comfortable with. The statement ultimately was more important to make, and we made it. So I'm hopeful that we made it in a way that doesn't set a precedent, and I hope it does unify the town once this actually happens. That's my greatest hope for what transpired. I think with this particular initiative, because it was kind of lingering out there for so long before we actually saw the proposal, that people got so intent on this that the mural itself almost can't be like seemed like it was the end rather than a means to an end. And from the very beginning, when we started having these marches, my brain was moving like, all right, this is kind of cool, but we're going to need to make a sustained and concerted effort to try to reach out and educate people about how systemic racism has been problematic here in the past, but also how it's still reverberating in town and Kent County today. And I just want everybody to understand that from a mayor and council perspective, like that's always been my view, is to have a long view. And once, I'm not going to put anything else out there until this mural is done and everybody can kind of celebrate what we've decided, but we all do need to take a much longer view. And I just hope people are aware that we're aware that that's what needs to happen.